GEALAN Planersoftware 3.0 offers you many tools for your window elevation drawings, your project planning, and exporting all of this information into architectural software, the Revit plugin, and ArchiCAD, or presenting this to your clients in a clean and consistent manner. If you go into the Start configurator, you will be presented with a multitude of options for the templates in the software already made for you, from windows to doors to sliding elements and special variants that are already pre-made for you for the ease of use in Planner software, as well as the free structure tool to draw your own elements as needed. Once you've made a window and selected your template, you can select the profile system that you would prefer. For example, if we select GEALAN Linear, all of the parts in the window will change accordingly. Once selected, you can click anywhere on any part of the window, like the sides or the top or bottom, and click on this icon on the right to view the cross section. An alternative way to do this is to click on the sash, for example, and in the drop-down, select individual section. If you would like to view the total section, which is this axis here, you would click the total section. Here you will be presented with a total section for the entirety of the window. If you mouse over any of the parts, you will be able to see what that part exactly is, its article number, and in some cases even the size and the moment of inertia, for example, as is the case on reinforcements. If I click download, I can download this in a variety of formats, from PDF to DWG and others. If I click Save at Position, I can name this, and then it will appear here on the Attached Documents sections for the project. If I mouse over it here as well, I will get the same information on every piece of window. Now on the left side, as well as selecting the profile system, we are able to select the frame, the sash, and the glazing that we would like. For example, if I would like this to be a triple pane, I can just select this and select my thickness accordingly. Click Apply, and now, as you can see, it's a triple pane window. We can also click this 3D view element on the left top hand side, and once it loads up, we will be able to see this window in 3D as well as in animation. Here you are also able to mouse over and view the part names. You can also create cross sections here as well. You can choose from vertical, horizontal, or a custom rotation. If you have a selected angle that you like and you would like this image, all you need to do is click Screenshot. Once you've done the screenshot, it will generate a background-less image that you can download by pressing Download Screenshot. You can use this for your website or for presenting your project and your windows to the client. This can also be done with individual parts. For example, we have a mullion that we can click on and then click 3D View Profile. This will generate an image of just the mullion in a cross-section fashion. We can screenshot this in a desired angle and use this to present the parts in our project. You are also able to make this mullion into a coupling or a field mullion, separating the element into two. If you click on the mullion, you can select Convert Mullion to Coupling. This will allow you to view the options on the left-hand side to change the coupling profile to a different one. Just the same, you can convert it back to a mullion. To remove a mullion, you would click the X mark here, and to create a mullion in a fixed panel, you would click on the middle of it and select whether you'd like a vertical or horizontal division. Here you will enter the spacing from the left side or select symmetrical. This will generate the mullion. After clicking on the mullion, you're able to select the reinforcement or the mullion that you would like to use. If you would like to have one of these panels as a tilt and turn, for example, what you would do is select the pane, and then in the type, you would select tilt and turn left-handed, for example. To view the entirety of the window in drawings and its cross sections together, you would go into cut generation. Here you will be presented with a window in 2D, and you will have options such as horizontal cut, vertical cut, or text. Here you can zoom in, zoom out, move it around, and design your presentation for the drawings. If I click on horizontal cut, I will be able to click on the drawing and generate the cut like so. If I clicked on vertical cut, I can select, for example, just a section with the tilt and turn sash. Here you can also change the scale to be bigger or smaller as you'd prefer. After generating our cuts, we can move this around as we like and insert any text needed. For example, I'm going to write linear tilt and turn, select the font as 100, and put it next to its drawings. This can then be saved into the project, as well as downloaded in a variety of different formats, ranging from PDF to PNG to DWG. If I'd like to download just the window drawing, I would also go here next to that icon. You can preview this, and this would generate a drawing like so. To save our window, we would click Save at the bottom right. Here we can name our project and add any notes, for example, the address. Here we will be presented with everything that's in our project. To add more, we would go into Item and Construction. When making a door, make sure to select outward opening elements if you'd like an outswing door. Once created, you will be able to view the door from exterior, clicking this button at the top. You can switch from one to another as you'd like. Here you will also have another option to view the threshold. You can convert this threshold to the frame when clicking on the threshold text. As you can see, on the right side in the cross section, now at the bottom, we do not have a threshold but have a frame instead. To revert this, you would click Undo at the top. You can also change this into the frame by clicking this at the bottom. If you would like to add any additional elements to this elevation, you would click on the side of the frame and then select Add Element. If we would like to have a side light here, we would enter our dimensions and have it generated like so. If we would like to have sash bars inside of the door frame, we would click in the middle of it on the glazing and then select sash bars. Here we will be presented with a multitude of options. We can select the number of horizontal or vertical divisions or select one of the templates. We can also select the angle that we would like. For example, here we will select 1 for vertical and 3 for horizontal. Upon clicking, it will be automatically divided and applied. Click Apply, and you will have your sash bars inserted. If you would like to share the structure with the architect that you work with, you will click BIM Download at the top left. Here you will be presented with a multitude of options to export this to the corresponding software or plugin. You have ArchiCAD plugin versions as well as the Revit plugin versions for the corresponding versions. This will allow the architect to import this into their building without any issue. By using Planner software, you are also able to monitor the allowed maximum and minimum sizes by GEALAN at all times. Here at the bottom, if it is green and says OK, that means you are within those measurements. However, if they were too big, you would get an error like so. As you can see, the element size is permissible for the frame size. However, the sash for the door is now too big. Upon clicking this button here, I will be presented with a graph that shows where exactly and by how much the sash is too big. You can also download this graph and save it at position. It will also be added here, just like the rest of the drawings that you save. If I click on it, I can delete it, edit it, or just view it. This will allow me to download it as a file as well. If we save this project, we can also add any supplemental text. We can also select the sales price that we'd prefer and quantity as well. Click OK, and it will be saved next to your other windows in the project. Here you will be able to see every detail, every part used for the elements, as well as all of the sections and any drawings that you saved as well. At the top here, you will be able to write your front page, your preliminary notes, as well as many different other things. And when clicking download at the top right, you will be able to select which ones you'd like included. If you click embed sectional drawings as image, these will be added to your exported document. We can preview this as a PDF and it would look like so. It will generate all of your elevations in a list as well as all of the information that you attached to it. You can mass edit the elevations that you have by selecting a reference, and then you can change the system, for example, from linear to S8000. You would select which ones you'd like to change, click Simulate, and then save. Outside of the planner, you also have the Download Manager. Here you will be presented with all of the parts in the system. You can search by the profile system or by using the text filter. You can also go into article groups. For example, if I click Sash, I will have all of the sashes presented to me. Upon clicking it, I will be presented with a drawing for it as well. If we select all of the sashes on the list, I can click Download Highlighted and download all of these with the needed parameters. I can also create a folder for each article group to sort this neatly. When going into projects at the top, I can access the project that I was on very easily. I can also select it and export it or import it to share this with my colleagues. So these are the main features of GEALAN Planersoftware 3.0. We are currently working on adding more features from European versions to the USA version, so there are many more to come. If you have any questions or need help using the software, do not hesitate to contact us via the help section. But for now, at GEALAN, we would like to thank you for watching and wish you smooth planning.